Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. A little late with my cigar chat. But what is the saying? Better late than never. Better late than never. Who's out there? Who's out there on this Super Sunday? I'm a little late, little late. I apologize. But better late than never. Trying to be trying to be consistent. Like every Sunday, have a cigar chat. I understand it's football season, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that I am not interfering with everybody watching football. I heard Cam Newton is back. I heard he's doing good. Always root for the underdog. Always root for the underdog. Politicking live. How you doing? Sonny Blanco, what's up, man? Sonny Blanco, 21 gun, 21 gun salute. T underscore River, what's up, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, Vinny Slater, good night, Mr. Glaze. Hey, how you doing? Live, I'm good. You good? Hey, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about being good, man. Sit back and think about it. There's a lot of interesting things that took place this week, man. What's good, Glaze? Pug Miller, how you doing? It's a lot of good things that took place this week. Richard Witherspoon, gangster crackhead Lou in the house. Okay. Richard Witherspoon, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining in, man. Cornell Hartfield, you still in New York now, man? New York, man. New York. No, I'm not in New York, man. I'm not in New York. Salute Glaze, North Carolina in the building. Sean Quick, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? What everybody want to talk about, man? Right now was I did a heck of a piece. I did an interview, a live interview with Dr. Ronnie. And right now, Dr. Ronnie, she been in like, as a doctor for 30 years. She been in like, saying the medical field for 30 years, saving lives. So you figure, how do a reformed gangster and a prominent doctor get together? What do we have in common? What we have in common at one point in time, I used to destroy life. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to save life. So the difference is, when you join forces with people for many different reasons, we got so many brothers and sisters out there suffering from what? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, high sugar, high weight. What they're telling you, it's a problem. So the difference right now is when you join force with people and trying to get them the proper information out there to help them to get medical help. That's what it's all about, man. And not only that, for guys, guess what? Panoxol. Panoxol is a natural supplement that can help with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack, you name it. Even everybody say, "Oh man, why are you talking about healthy? You smoking a cigar?" You know what? You got to have one guilty pleasure, man. What do you think about CMOS? You know what? I never tried. I heard about it, but I never tried it. So I don't really have much, Daryl, to speak about when it come down to CMOS. I don't know nothing about that. But another thing too is right now with I've been dropping a lot of different content up on my page, and I do have a Patreon page, the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. Those of you that haven't signed up, make sure you go out there and sign up. Check it out, man. Check it out because once again, it's a lot of things that I'm talking about that I cannot get too in depth on YouTube with. But on the Patreon page is like wide open, man. So make sure, like now, is hey, you subscribe to that page, man. Brian Glaze Give Patreon page, man. Make sure you sign up. What's up? Hey, do you take vitamins? At times. At times I take multivitamin. I take vitamin C at times. I have my moments. I have my moments. I do have my moments. What's up? What y'all want to talk about tonight, man? What y'all want to talk about? I'm open up to the floor. What y'all want to talk about? What do y'all want to talk about? Go ahead. The floor is yours. What y'all want to talk about? The shooting going on in New York City. Okay, like I said right now, man, like, you sit back and you think about it, to me, the kids are going wild. Um, the kids are going wild, man. You heard about Alpo Killer. You know what? um, like I said right now, it's like what's coming out is something that I kind of heard during the first day. Like, right now, and that's why everybody keeps saying, like, oh man, Alpo died because of this reason, because of what he did in the past. Um, you kind of know from being in the street, like from being out and about, you kind of know that what took place was something new. It was more personal than anything. I live on Acton in East New York for 10 years. That shit was crazy. Like I said right now, East New York is crazy, period. How do you feel back in New York? T_Rivers, I don't feel no way because once again, it's like when you get back to New York, like me myself, like every time I go back to New York, you get back into a New York state of mind. It's like, I remember after not being in New York for years, after coming home, I had a few individuals came to me like, yo, man, whoa, man. It seemed like you never left. Because once again, certain things come back to you when you go back in that type of environment. Give me one of them great stories. One of your stories. Okay, cool. Hold up. Something. It was okay. It was he got killed over a girl. And folks, listen, man. People don't understand, man. That's why it's best to have one woman. That's why it's best to be loyal to one woman. Having a one woman. Woman having one man. Right now is listen, folks, like a lot of stuff happened over the most powerful thing in the world is what a woman got between her legs, man. And that's sad, man. But that's been going on forever. Is it true? Prince beat most of his life sentence and might be coming home. Like I said right now, hopefully. I did talk to his brother, like probably about what we met up probably like about 3 weeks ago, and he was saying that he did have certain things in court. Even right now, I heard something in regards to baby Sam. Might be coming out. And the bottom line is right now. Guess what? Hey, all these individuals that been in there forever and have an opportunity to come out, I want them to come out. Definitely was something new that happened over a female. People do not understand that, man. People die for three reasons. Xavier James, what are the three reasons that people die for? Money, disrespect, and females. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're 1,000% right, Xavier. People die for those three reasons: money, disrespect, and females. I know a lot of people, man. I know a lot of people that lost their life over the girls, man. I know a lot of people lost their life over girls, man. I'm talking about a woman can start a war and a woman can end a war. A woman can start a war and a woman can end a war. I'm on that Pronoxar family. Hey, listen, man. Like people don't understand, man. Like to me, um, even right now, like I say, me and Dr. Ronnie will be doing more, interviews. I'm planning on going out there to Martha Vineyard, and we're supposed to be having some powerful, production coming along, man. And like I say right now, stay tuned in, man. Stay tuned in. The difference is right now, what I'm trying to do is take this platform and turn it into a positive platform. All that negative, all that nonsense, all that drama, all that BS, I don't have time for it. Even people ask me, oh man, what you doing back in New York? Or you don't have nothing to prove. I never said I had anything to prove. I don't have nothing to prove. I don't live my life. I don't put all that stuff behind me. But in the same token, right now, if I go in New York and I want to go visit a location, you know what? I'm going to do that. Like if I want to go visit my old neighborhood, I'm going to do that. Even right now, people are talking about, oh, you went on the outpost scene, near where he's supposed to get killed at. You got your facts wrong. Or, you know what? Listen, man, nobody perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just walking around trying to analyze, trying to see what was what. Nothing more, nothing less. But the difference is right now is to me, I'm just giving my input like everybody else giving their input. Was you there? How do you know what happened, what didn't happen? How do you know if you wasn't there? Only people know what happened is the people that was actually there. Okay, Xavier, what you were saying, facts. Think about that for a minute. Think about the street cats that going not even from the street stuff. Just go over a girl. It's wow. We all got to love each other. You know what? I did a piece before, loving each other and getting away from that crab in the barrel mentality, man. Getting away from that crab in the barrel mentality. How do we help one another? The difference is it's plenty of women, like it's plenty of men. And right now, what you got to do is find that right special one. Find that right special one that you want to devote and invest all your time in. That's what you got to do. You know what? The difference is give her everything you can possibly give her, and hopefully she gonna give you that in return. That's what we have to do. Learn how to be dedicated to one woman. That's it. That's all you need. One good woman. Forever doing me. I hope that you talk to my big homie. Like I said right now, I don't got nothing against him. Um, like I told you right now, I don't got nothing against him. The difference is nothing really to talk about. Everybody want to be on their own bandwagon, and it's a lot of things people do not understand, like what is real and what is not real. And the difference is right now, like I don't have nothing against Snoop. He never did anything to me or whatever. What I say out of my mouth, that's facts. I know what took place. And a lot of times you got these individuals, I go, oh no, that's family. I wouldn't say that. Get the heck out of here, man. It's very seldom that I forget anything, man. I was there. So I'm only speaking about what came out these individual mouth, man. Hey, but folks, listen, what it is this. How? Like even taking this platform, how do we get these individuals out there to get jobs? How do we help people get jobs, get skills, learn how to develop work ethic? Okay, Gio, why is your brother hating on you so much? You know what? It's in my book. It's in this book. This book been out 6 years. This book been out 6 years. And right now is guess what? I'm not going away from this book. They know this book been out 6 years. And I speak about all of them that got something to say in this book. And a lot of them right now, they don't agree with it. So it doesn't matter. The time is when you tell people their truth and they don't want their truth out there, they get mad. But like I said right now, was always remember, as long as people talking about you, that means you're doing something right. But you got to worry about when they stop talking about you. But anybody, everything that you want to know is right here. In this book, it speak about, some of the disagreement me and my brother had. Right now was I might do a piece on that. I got footage on that, and I might do a piece of the time that me and him had a big disagreement, and I had him on the roof with a gun to his head. So it's a lot. Like, sometime right now, I knew I've been traumatized between so many different things that happened in my life. So I can imagine somebody putting a gun to your head, your own brother. But the difference is right now with him, he got a nasty disposition about the way he talked to people. You want to talk down to people, you want to belittle people. If I would die for you, if I would kill for you, if I would lay down my life and protect you, you think you want to talk to me any type of way you want to talk to me? No, it's not like that. And that's what we have to do. Admit when we wrong and move on. You know what? The difference is holding grudges. When you hold grudges for what? When you get when you hold grudges, what you gonna accomplish? You're not gonna accomplish anything. You're not gonna accomplish anything when you hold grudges. Them young boy do a do Gibbs. I can't say jealous. Whether it is or not, like I say, he know what it is. Hopefully, right now is guess what? Like I say, only thing I do, I love my brother. I pray for him, and that's all I can do. I can't do nothing more. Okay, I don't quite understand that question. How was you able to rise to fame? Do you have made a certain percentage self-made? I don't quite understand that. Rita, how you doing? Rita, how you doing? But like I told you right now, people, I don't even get caught up into that negative and nonsense. I don't get caught up into that because at the end of the day, why should you? How could you? Yeah, they're a piece of it. Nah, you know what? Like everybody's on their own. You know what? Like, okay, cool. It's a guy, Derek Parker. I'm about to drop a piece. Xavier James. Derek Parker just did a piece on somebody platform, and he was talking about the outpost situation. And then he was speaking about how him and this guy they brought me down and who I was supposed to be. A lot of times you don't have to speak about yourself. Other people gonna do that for you. Richard Weatherspoon, you haven't spoke to your brother since 2016 after your mother died. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that. May your mother soul rest in peace. See Gibbs in South Carolina all the time. I knew who he was, but he don't know me. Okay, you know what? Like I said, next time, shout out, man. Shout out. Brother never seen to see eye to eye. I don't know why. I saw that. Okay, how did you get famous? It's not like you are an entertainer or athlete. Um, Show Campbell. I don't consider myself famous. I do not consider myself famous. The difference right now, I feel that I have a purpose. The three most important day in our life is the day that we're born, the day that we figure out why, and the day that we die. And it's like what we do in between the day that we're born and the day that we die. So I feel my purpose is I went through hell and I went through everything I went through. Now it's time for me to get back. Time for me to express and share my life experience. That's why I call it my ministry. I can remember talking to LL Cool J a couple years ago, and he's like, "Yo, man, your story is powerful." You know what I'm saying? Like every time I look around, I be listening to your stuff, man. He said, "What is it?" I said, "It's my ministry, man. It's my ministry. It's not my story. It's my ministry." And what I do is I share everything I've been through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the difference is when you listen to people and they talk about some of the things that they experience, and they always come out victorious. Who's undefeated? When you're dealing with the street, nobody's undefeated. Digital Technology Union. The older I get, the more I recognize that people in your family aren't always there for your best interest. Nah, and it's sad, but it's reality, man. It's sad, but reality. Even right now, I heard a piece that my brother did, and he told his friend D, that he wished that D was his brother opposed to me being his brother. I wish that was the case too. And sometimes you sit back and think about why do people say that? Because they both got a lot of things in common. They both Capricorn. Okay. They both like to put on ski masks and go torture old folks. A lot of times people don't want to tell you about their past because once again, we all got past. It's a lot of things in my life between the age of 14 and 24 I did. I'm embarrassed of. I'm ashamed of. And I speak about that. They're not going to speak about that. They're not going to tell you when they went and did, saying home invasion years ago, how they used to go and torture people, especially the elderly. They're not going to speak about that. They want to put in a little red, flashy red jacket, but they're not going to speak about that. They're not going to speak about how many homes they done burn out, girls that they used to deal with. That right now, if they cheating on the girl and the girl cheating on them, they go back and burn the homes down. Even if they got kids, I'm saying that live there, that belong, they are biological kids. They go ahead and burn the house down. What part of the game is that? A lot of times it can't be no double standard. It can't be no double standard. If a man can do it, a woman can do it. If you're not giving that woman that love, that respect, I'm saying, that quality time. But the bottom line is you feel you the breadwinner and you out there so you can feel you don't feel nothing wrong with a little bit of bump and grind. Saying right now, whereas you want to spread your love around. Guess what? If you do it and they do it, how can you get upset? How can you want to go down and burn the house down? Wait a minute. You got your biological kids in there. Why would you want to burn something down? Because you feel a certain way? Nah, don't dish it out if we can't take it. Hey, a lot of things go deep in the original surface, folks. A lot of things go deep in the original surface. Monica, you asked me a question. Do you believe criminal can really change? How can they do these things and change? You know what, Monica? I can't speak. Yeah, everybody can change. Everybody can change. I change. I went through hell and back, but I changed. Disalign yourself from Hashan, sir. Good night to you and yours. Okay. But everybody can change, man. It's up to you. Change comes from within. Sometimes change comes from pain. You have to feel the pain. You have to feel the fire in order to feel the pain. Once, like to me, what changed me is when my mother passed away. When my mother died, I was incarcerated. And guess what? I couldn't go to the funeral. I couldn't go to the wake. I couldn't pay the respect to the woman that I love more than life itself. And I didn't have nobody to blame but myself. All that was because of my stupidity, my action, my behavior. Ed, but any opinion on cancel culture? How do we do that? How do we cancel the culture? The difference is not canceling the culture, it's changing the culture. Getting these kids to know they got more important to live, there more important things to live for. Hard criminal though. Do you forgive your enemy? All enemies I have. It take time, but a lot of people that wrong me, you know what? What the sense of me holding a grudge? I got a lot of people I felt wronged me. Just like, a lot of people felt I wronged them. And the difference is right now, in order to heal, sometimes you have to, I'm saying right now, forgive. You don't forget, but you can forgive. Because anytime you harbor that ill fate feeling, guess what? You want to go after them. No disrespect, ladies. I'm a fan of yours. I love the way you talk. Like I say, it's no disrespect taken. But a lot of times people don't understand, like change. How I knew I changed is the closer I got to being released for the final time. The closer I got, for the first time in my life, I was afraid. What I was afraid of? I was afraid that, man, if somebody broke into my house, somebody harmed my family member, somebody do something to me, I'm so used to taking the law into my own hand, grabbing my gun, pistol of choice, grabbing my bulletproof vest, and go taking care of the problem. The closer I got to getting home, and as I'm thinking, what if somebody do something to your family or you or break into your house? What you gonna do? And for the first time in my life, I say, man, I gotta be like every other law-abiding citizen and pick up the phone and call the cops. That was a scary feeling. That was a scary feeling when you're so used to taking the law into your own hand. Very scary feeling. Malcolm X changed. Everybody changed, man. Change comes from within. You got to want to change. You have to want to change. That's the only way you're going to change. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. Even in the Bible, what it say? When I was a child, I thought as a child, I act as a child. But when I became a man, I put away all childish things. That's why I wonder why Alpo couldn't change. Do you think there was the unnecessary murders? Um, like I say, I think he had changed. From my dealing and the conversation that we had directly and indirectly, I felt like he had changed. But the difference is right now is sometime when you go back to that same environment, what's going to happen? Like even right now, some of the guys, like when they tell me, man, when you hear it's like you never left because you go back to that New York state of mind. Young boys that White Alpo didn't have no respect for OG. You know what? I'm not saying like they didn't have no respect for OGs. I think a lot of people have respect for OG, but the difference is right now is you have to have respect for the young ones too. You know what? Right now, in order to get respect, respect is not given. Respect is not given. Respect is earned. That's what people got to understand. Respect is not given. Respect is earned. So the difference is, like you say, these young boys don't have no respect for the OG. They do have respect. But in the same token, you can't go around disrespecting them. You can't go around manhandling them, making them feel less than a man. Of course, when you push anybody back against the wall, what you think gonna happen? All hell gonna break loose. D. Anderson, what's up? Mark 4, how you doing, my brother? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, but like I say, folks, people got to understand with this, with life, when things happen. A lot of times, what we have to do is stop setting ourselves up. And at times, we are our own worst enemy. Yes, 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 and no. Alpo seemed like he was caught up within the reputation. He was a legend of Harlem. And like I told you right now, but he's older. Shabay, what's up, my brother? Peace, beloved, present and accounted for. How you the president accounted for? How you doing, my brother? Hey, shout out to OG Shabay, man. Shout out to OG Shabay. Hopefully within the near future, me and Shabay will be doing a lot of good, positive things together. Because once again, like I say, that's my OG. He watched and helped me out in so many different ways. So the difference is like, how do we get back to the community? How do we, I was once the problem. How do I become part of the solution? Helping. Okay. Hood TV, Hood Medio TV. Alba wanted to live out his 30s again. He didn't want to change. And you know what? Like I said right now, is that's not up for me to say. Only thing I can say and deal with him, from my dealing with him. And I didn't see that. I didn't see that because the conversation and the way we was talking and what we was trying to do was something totally different. It was about change. It was about change. What made you want to leave the lifestyle for good? You know what, Monica? That's a good question. What people don't understand, even back then, when before I got arrested, a lot of times people say, "Well, you don't got no choice." Right now when you get arrested and you face forever. No, my thing is when I was out there making 40,000 a day, doing the things I was doing, calling shot, having people killed directly or indirectly, poison my community. I remember like then I knew I wasn't happy. I wanted something and I got it. Then I realized that's not what I really wanted. So even then, when you break down and cry after certain things that you gave order to and it happened, and you sit back and think about it, you ask yourself the quality question: who am I to say who live and who die? I'm not God. So even before I got arrested, before I went to jail, I knew I really didn't want no part of that no more. Keep it 100, man, when you touch your first M glaze. Folks, you know what? Listen, I know how it is to have and not to have. And that's what people don't understand. It's like I went from living in a baby mansion to going to a prison cell. When I first got arrested in 88 and I'm in Talladega, Alabama, you got 8 people in a cell that only hold two. So you got 8 people sleeping in the cell. And Talladega holding cell was a holding place with people getting extradited, people getting transferred. And it was ridiculous because everything was so overpopulated. You got 8 men in a cell that hold two. And you got guys sleeping on the floor, a mattress. So the difference is when you got 8 people, you know what? Guess what? It was rough, real rough. I'm so glad I found you from Infomind. Thank you, Monica. And like I said right now, I'm glad. Shout out to Dr. Infomind. Infomind is a hell of an individual. I learned a lot from Infomind. I learned a lot. And people, all wise men seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. You can learn from anybody if you want to learn. Let me repeat that. You can learn from anybody if you want to learn. If you want to learn, you can learn from anybody. But we have to want to learn. We have to be able to humble ourselves. We have to stop thinking that we're better than what we are. And that's why we try and tell people one thing about me is this: you know what? If I do anything and I'm able to analyze and put things in perspective and see where I went wrong, I will go back and apologize. I will go back and try to make that work. You know what? Like I said right now, Hood Media TV. The last time I heard from Pappy was some years ago. His birthday September 8th. I sent him a money order for his birthday. He was in Marion the last time I talked to him. Yeah, and the difference right now is I try to reach out to him because he's in Allenwood. I sent him a few, like I'm saying, letters, didn't get no response. Um, the real DJ Demo 102. Good evening. Good evening to you, man. How you doing, man? How you doing? Thank you for joining me, man. Hey, folks, listen. Those of you right now was I got a few pieces up on the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. Go check it out, man. Subscribe. Check out that. And plus, I got a lot of content that I just recently dropped on my YouTube channel. I just hit 50,600. Thank you to each and everyone that subscribed. And those that haven't subscribed, go to subscribe. Go and hit that red button, subscribe. It's not that hard. Campbell, I really like the humbleness, bro. I don't got no shit. Hey, Moncho Campbell, I don't have no choice, man. In order to be honest with anybody else, you got to be honest with yourself. Richard Weatherspoon, listen to you. Even though you did your thing in the street, you still see to have a way to think things out and let them go. That was the difference between you and a guy like Alpo. Folks, and like I said right now, is to me, my dealing with Alpo, like I said right now, like I know he changed, but the difference is, like you said right now, was when you under scrutiny, like light, camera, action daily, it's a different. It's a different. Did you ever heard about Rayfoot? Yeah, I heard about Rayfoot. I heard about Rayfoot. I heard about Rayfoot. I watched how they used to take him back and forth to court, man. Deep case. Salute, 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 salute the real DJ Demo. But listen, folks, how do we get together and build this platform? I want to, you know what? Okay, next year, I'm trying to put together something right now. How do I take this platform and turn it into like, you know what, helping the community, in every aspect as possible. Like, you know what, back to school, doing back to school drive, you know, Thanksgiving, saying giving, saying back, giving out turkeys, food, whatever. Even right now, Christmas, doing different things, Mother Day, Father Day, doing different things that we can help with the community, helping them with computers, laptop, things that can help them get to the next level. Got any story about Fritz? Why y'all in competition with it? No, I don't know much about Fritz. I don't know nothing about Fritz, man. I can't speak about Fritz because I don't know nothing about Fritz. Miss T is heavy into Miss Fritz. She know everything about him. Yes, I like how humble you are. No fake gangster act, no yelling in the camera like some others. You are nice and listen to you know what? Listen, folks, listen, Monica, in regards to that, don't get me wrong. I am not perfect. I am not perfect. I'm still a human being. And sometimes when you got people attacking you or you got people coming at you crazy, sometimes we allow emotion to supersede our intellect. When we allow emotion to supersede our intellect, we lose. But you know what? We're human. But it's no different than, you know what? Like, for example, I watched this guy, Corey King. Shout out to Corey King. I watch him, and he went on the platform with my brother on a few episodes and talking trash about me, and I didn't like that at all. And just so happened, I was on a platform with Timbo, and he was doing something with Infomine, and we was on Clubhouse. And while we was on Clubhouse, what wound up happening, we wound up talking about different things. And while we wound up talking about different things, um, we wound up talking about different things. Hey, I'm doing a live, man. I'm gonna call you back after the live.
Are you on live?
Yeah, oh, shit. I'm on live.
You on live right now?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
All right, my man. All right, cool.
So even with Corey King, we wound up talking about a few things. And while we talked about a few things, he was asking me questions. I didn't know who he was. And I kind of caught the voice. I said, what's your name, man? And he told me. And I kind of went off. I'm like, yo. And right now we was able to resolve that situation that day. He was able to apologize. I was able to apologize and move on. Need community center for these kids. Yes, giving back is always good. I am with that. Set up a fund, I'm saying, for a little donation. And you know what, folks? I'm hoping to be in a position that, like you say, hey, donation is good, but I'm hoping to be in a position that I can fund that myself. I'm hoping to be in a position that I can fund that myself to give back, like for the Mother Day, for the Father Day, for the back to school. Okay, my man, Brooklyn Brad, what's up, man? Thanks for joining me. And folks, that's what it's all about. Salute, Blaze. I have a question. Have you forgave your brother who been on the internet trip and saying things about you? Sway Shakur, it's nothing to forgive. Like I said right now, is sometimes what you want people to do, you want them to get that frustration out. You want them to get that frustration out. Whatever demon or whatever, like I'm saying, poison or negativity they got inside of them, you want them to get them out. So the difference is right now is hopefully it's no different than being sick and you got to vomit, you got to throw up. But oppose you spitting out all that poison, you swallowing it. It's not doing you a bit of good. You will never be healed. So I want him to get all that poison out of his system. I want him to get all that negative out of his system. I want him to get all that demon out of his system. Let him express himself. Like he want, he want to talk about different things, like who I am, what I am. I don't, at this point in time, I don't care. I didn't like who I once was. He want to talk about, oh well, used to wear my jewelry, used to wear my jewelry, used to wear my drawers. You know what I'm saying? We brothers. I'm saying right now, used to wear my clothes, my shoes, you don't bust out my sweater because you're bigger than me. You don't run down my shoes because you overpronated when you wear shoes. So, but the difference is that's what brothers do. But here it is, you want to get on here and saying, he can say whatever he want to say. And the bottom line is right now, I don't even care no more because where I'm at, I'm in a different place in my life. I am surrounded by prominent doctors. What do a prominent doctor and people, businessmen, what do they have in common with Brian Glaze Gibbs now? The difference is I'm a reformed gangster. And what we're trying to do is how do we come together and save life? How do we come together and reach out to the community and get them the necessary help, give them the necessary knowledge that they need to help them to have a healthy lifestyle or have and build towards the future? How many people out here don't have, medical? They don't have medical. They don't have medical. Yes, that's the torch you gave me, brother. Brooklyn Brad, that's the torch that you gave me. How do we help? People got insurance on cell phone. Everybody got insurance on their cell phone. Everybody got insurance on their car. But do you got life insurance on yourself? Do you got health insurance for you and your kid, your wife? If somebody got to go to the doctor, a lot of times people don't, and it's expensive. So what we have to do is right now is we got this program called CareClicks that you can have telemedicine, that you can form a doctor for a little bit of nothing. Brother, do that. Share stuff. That's why I want you to squash this because you're both respected in the street. You know what? Like I told you right now, I'm not even later for that street stuff. And that's why I try to tell people. The difference is I had people looking up to me for the wrong reason. I had people looking up to me for the wrong reason. Hey, let he or she, who I'm not saying cast the first stone. You know, even Driller D, you asked the question, Glaze, what kind of minister are you smoking cigar? Cigar, like I said right now, is guess what? Am I smoking weed? No. Am I drinking alcohol? No. In the Bible, they drink wine. They drink wine. So the difference is right now is a cigar. So to me, am I hurting anybody and I'm poisoning the community? So even right now is like I told you, anybody, I am not your typical minister. So there's a lot of things that people do off camera that you don't even see. Worse than that, So to me, right now, for you to Glaze, what kind of minister are you smoking a cigar? Okay, they won't give you life insurance if you're a felon. I try already. You know what? Like I say right now is I like I say, they won't give you. It's a company out there that will write that policy, man. It's company out there that will write that policy. Mister Dot Gray underscore 973. Peace to you. But yes, brother Brad, that is. I like the idea of helping the kids, but they need to learn how to clean up their environment. I try to pay some kids to clean up, and I caught the same kid throwing trash in the same area. Because once again, you got to get them to see the big picture. You got to get them to understand what they're doing. Hey, you know what? Like I told you right now, straight 84 wood TV. Like I say, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I give everybody, as long as they being respectful and mindful, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, man. I don't try to, if they come, they mindful, they respectful, they ask a question, I'm responding to the best of my ability. What's up, Blair? How you? Okay. Oh, you're right. Later for the street, people ridiculous. Hey, okay. How were you visiting? How were you visiting Cyprus just then? Um, no, I wasn't visiting Cyprus yesterday. I was visiting Cyprus last week. Oh, later for that street, man. People are ridiculous. Let them have sin cast the first stone. Honest God made this whole earth with natural herb, opium, cocoa leaf. Okay. How was it? Okay. Driller did nobody is perfect. Easy to point out other people flawed. Cigar, not weed. Hey, what's up, man? T underscore River. So that cop Derek Parker was lying about the partner taking you down. You know what? Like I said right now, is I'm not gonna say because I got arrested plenty of time. I got arrested plenty of time. But the difference is not being arrested. It's like when you get arrested, do it stick. So, like I said, right now, I got picked up. I even turned myself in for stuff. So right now was he could have been a part of team that was investigating me or whatever. But like he say, Glaze, why did they call Galvin 50? You know what? Like I said right now, was your guess is as good as mine. I just knew him by the time I met him when we was kids. That's what we used to call him. Hey, remember, if you can do 20 years after the bid, you can do 20 years correction and come out 7 years. Okay, remember, if you can do 20 years for a bid, you can do 20 years correction and come out as 7 years time. And folks, listen, and that's my brother. He just retired from the correction department. And folks, like I told you right now, is like you say, the same way you did 20 years incarcerated. Imagine doing 20 years as a correction officer, retiring with a pension. Beautiful. Muhammad, what's up, man? Years ago, man, I ran with some people in Brownsville years ago. Um, ten, hey, listen, E-Money, get it in. You know what? Like I told you right now, do you think I pay anybody that inject themselves with steroids any mind? Anybody that inject themselves with steroid, do you pay them any mind? Why would you? Do you think that situation kind of sketchy? Nah, I think it is what it is, man. Like I said right now, is guess what? I think it is what it is. And may his soul rest in peace and spirit be lifted. Richard. Yes, sir. A lot of people are going to be in a ruin awakened. Jesus is real. Hey, but listen, folks, what life is all about is right now, like I told you, the three most important days in our life is the day that we're born, okay, the day that we figure out why, and the day that we die. Those are the three most important days. Cigar good. I used them for good reason. Bless my brother. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Dot Gray underscore 973. Keep speaking out to the youth. It's truly needed. You know what? But the difference is, like you say, is all about right now is learning to put yourself in these young folks' situation, circumstance. How I would say sell my message to these kids. I look at what I was doing when I was their age. I went away when I was 17. I went away at 17, 18, 19, 20. I came home a few days before my 21st birthday. So right now is when you sit back and you look at it, I've been committing crime for years. But for what? All for the wrong reason. What is your question? Josh Maloney, what is your question? You're not answering my question. It's the first time I saw you pop up. What is your question? Josh Maloney, you're not answering my question. What is your question? Your video about the movie deal that didn't go through really motivate me. Don't wait for others. Do it yourself. You know what? Like I told you, um, it's funny. We hit the like button on the way out. Okay. Hey, C Dub, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, folks, listen. E Money, you got it, man. You got it. You got it. That's why you always got to go. That's why you always have to go for it. I started learning about you, New York Hustle, when Pay in Full came out. Also with 50 Cent and Murder Inc. You guys' story started going viral in like 2000. Also the movie American Gangster. And like I told you, folks, listen, you just got to get people to understand, like right now, man, with every ounce of pleasure, there's a pound of pain. Let me repeat that. With every ounce of pleasure, there's a pound of pain. And that's what I want everybody to understand, that with every ounce of pleasure, there's a pound of pain. Do the math. Do the math. When we want these kids to stop picking up the brick, throwing at the prison wall for absolutely nothing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And right now, I used to do the same thing. How can they love themselves? How can they love anybody else if they don't love themselves? How can you love me if you don't love yourself? Hey, folks, shout out to this brother, man, the George Macon Experience. You know what I'm saying right now? Anybody that have not subscribed to the George Macon Experience, subscribe to that brother page, man. He doing a lot of positive, good things, man. Like I say, I admire him. With all that crime and murders and all that stuff that's going on in Philly, he snatched up these young kids, come out his own pocket, take them to the movie, taking them bowling, teaching them different things. That's what it's all about, man. How do we get back? How do we get back? Shout out to the George Macon Experience, man. Shout out, bro. Like I say, subscribe to this page, folks. Like I say, I only endorse people that I respect, I admire, and that's coming out with a positive message, a powerful message, man. Everybody want to get out here yelling and screaming. Everybody see people. When people talk about me or people coming at other people, that's what sell drama. Drama sell. Violent nonsense sell. Negativity sell. Look at the housewives. They got a housewife in Beverly Hills, housewife of Atlanta, housewife of New Jersey, housewife of Potomac. They got a housewife in what? Jupiter, housewife in Mars. When those aliens start going at it with each other, pulling out each other here and scratching each other up, that's what sells. And people, they don't understand that. So the same thing with these characters coming on YouTube, talking trash about you, especially if they don't know you, yelling and screaming. You know what? What they trying to do is they want people to buy in. They trying to take that magnet and draw you in. Cause negativity sell, violence sell, nonsense sell. We got to stop that. And the difference is right now was, Josh Murray has a point. Some rapper who are successful today did it on their own out of their trunk. You can do it. Everybody can do it, folks. Whatever you put in something, that's what you're gonna get out of it. Whatever you put into something, that's what you're gonna get out of it. And that's what we gotta understand. If you put nothing into it, you get nothing out of it. We are okay. Hood TV. We are. Were you in the street same time as Sammy the Bull? Yes, I was. Yes, I was. But two totally different level. Evil attract money, root of all evil. Yeah, money can be the root of all evil, man. Okay, let's wrap this up. Any more questions? I'm taking a few more questions before I call it tonight. Taking a few more questions. Hey, but anybody that haven't sign up for the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. It's out there. Also, right now is for your signed copy of the Brian Glaze Gibbs Beyond Lucky book. Email me, Brian, Brian Gibbs, Gibbs 1201 at yahoo.com. Get your signed copy today by emailing me at Brian, Brian Gibbs, Gibbs 1201 at yahoo.com. George making experience. Who's more fair? Okay. Uzi Edwards a preacher. Mm. I have to say it all depends. But right now is I have to say preacher because preaching was more vicious, preacher was more dangerous, and preacher was a lot older. Preacher been around forever. So I have to say preacher, not taking any away from Delroy Uzi Edwards, because Delroy was no joke either. Hey, Brad, like you know what? I gotta call you, man. I gotta call you and tell you about a conversation I had earlier this week. You was on a roof. That dude Chip jumped from that roof you was on. He had mental issues. What Chip are you talking about? R.J. Johnson, I favor the Arturo Fuentes Grand Reserve. Get you one. Send that to me, man. Send that to me. Hey, those of you that's not following me, hey, hit the like button, subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Follow me on Instagram. Hey, you gotta come back to me. You was on the roof that dude Chip jumped from that roof you was on. He had a mental issue. You gotta come back with me on that one. I don't remember that. Preacher crew sound crazy, man. Preacher crew was crazy. They was dangerous, man. They was older and they was dangerous. They was older and they was dangerous. Even right now was I used to tell my guys when I was away, if he come around there, hey, hey, George making experience, baby Sam crew versus the A team. It all depends, man. It all depends. Baby Sam, Baby Sam had a hell of a crew. Most of his crew could have had their own crew, but he was up on the Baby Sam. So Baby Sam had a hell of a crew. Someone on YouTube talking trash about you. You know what, Josh? As long as they talking about me, that mean I'm doing something good. When they stop talking to me, that's when I have to worry. As long as they talking about me, guess what? That mean I'm doing something good. That mean like they finding like something about me, what I'm saying that they trying to attack. So that mean I'm doing something good. I always start worrying when they stop talking about me. Um, No, Mr. Dot Gray underscore 973. No, I never had no dealing with Cuff or Preacher. Even again, which borough was the toughest? Brooklyn, Queens, or the Bronx? All of them in so many different ways. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. I might do a piece on that. Baby Sam witness recanted. I heard that. Hopefully, right now he gets some remedy, man. Hope he gets some remedy. Get time served. Hood TV. Nah, I never met Preacher. No, so he didn't the Supreme killed 50 Cent, the rapper mom. Nah, Sway Shakur, yo, Glaze, I respect what you're doing, bro. You remind me of a cast that I knew back in Miami in the 80s, one in particular who changed just like you. And that's my man, Rodney PD. Salute. Salute to you, man. Sway Shakur, salute to you. No, Supreme did not kill 50 Mother. Yeah, and like you say, the preacher Evelino Mina. Mean Preacher was in two totally different era. And right now is I didn't start really hearing nothing about preacher until I was away. Richard, man. A lot of people was afraid of preacher. A lot of people was afraid of preacher. And like I said right now, preacher went after most of the guys he went after was young guys. Like he could have been a father, he could have been a grandfather. So the difference is like sit back and you think about it. A guy like preacher. Preacher was like the military, and he was going after guys that was in the Boy Scout and the Cub Scout and ROTC. So what chance do you have? You know what I'm saying? If you're in a Cub Scout, you're in a Boy Scout, you're in a ROTC, what chance do you have with a person that's already fully trained? Not a chance at all. You could have been a hell of an actor. You definitely have an actor present and gift for storyteller. R.J. Johnson, thank you, man. I take that as a compliment. Was Henry Bolden a hitman for preaching? No, he wasn't. Sorry about that, Glaze. I didn't read it before I sent it. I meant to say a cat knew in the 80s. Okay, no bad. Eminem would have handled preacher. Hey, look, you're right. The Bolden brother was Dave most fair. Yeah, the Bolden brother was most fair. Who killed Blackie? 50 Cent mom. I don't really know, man. I don't really know. Like I said right now, where it's like from my understanding, it was a level quarrel. I don't really know, Josh. I don't really know. It go deeper than the original surface. I don't think he even know. Yeah, Black Jess was a cool dude, man. Watch the Derek Park interview about Alpo. They talk about you in the end. Y'all seen that, Christian Perez? I seen that or whatever. But like I said right now, you look at people like Derek Parker, look at people like Joseph Ponzi, you look at people like Hickson. These are law enforcement agency that went after me that I was involved in. And like they say, I don't have to say anything. They say it all. That was their job to come after people like me. And like I said right now, even with Derek Parker, somebody asked me a question earlier about Derek Parker or whatever. Yeah, I got arrested plenty of time. But right now, he probably was a part of a group that brought me down. But after you got out, they didn't really bring you down. They just arrested you. But listen, what can we do to help these young kids? Give them ideas. Like what companies out there hiring? Even if somebody got a felon, what job out there that a felon can get? What hustle can they get into? You are an intelligent man, Brian. Did a lot of reading? Yeah, I did some. I did a lot of reading while I was in there because I spent most of the time in the hole. No, Annette. No, Annette. I never did. I don't know who he is. I heard about him, but I don't know who he is. No, Hood Media TV. No, he was not out there because you got to look at it. Back then, he was a kid. Um, like I said, right now, I think during that period of time, he was probably like what 12 years old when everything was going on. When we all left the street, he was like 12 years old. So nah, he was not out there that I know of. We need more recreation and skilled trade class. So we do. George making experience labor union for felon and a trade union. See, folks, you listen to that labor union for felons. They got labor union for felons. Can you share that information? Can you share that information? Josh, no, I did not know Frank Matthew. I did not know Frank Matthew. I had a few conversation with his son. I had a few conversation with Frank Matthew's son, but I did not know Frank Matthew. Hey, folks, be on the lookout. I will be doing more, like I'm saying, heart to heart conversation with Dr. Ronnie, with Dr. Matthew Michael. I'll be doing a lot of different things. Like my platform, I don't want it to be strictly street. I want to be how do we educate? How do we give back? How do we help uplift one another? How do we use this platform in a positive way? I got like 50,000 people on my platform. How do we keep growing, but growing in the right way? I had a bunch of people following me all for the wrong reason. Back in the days, I had these guys, my guy, Eminem, following me all for the wrong reason, destroy and destruct, poisoning, indirectly, directly hurting people. That wasn't cool. No comment on that question, George. George making experience. No comment on that question. No comment. That's a that subject is a subject I cannot talk about. Peace and thanks for sharing your experience and thought to promote positivity. You know what? When you know better, you do better, and that's what we have to learn to understand. All of us know better, so we have to learn to do better. You you keep me on the straight and narrow. Hey, Josh, that's my mission. That's my objective. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, what I'm trying to do, I was a test dummy. I used to play Grand Theft Auto Live for my life. I was a professional test dummy. I done took so many chances, kept running to the wall, kept picking up that brake throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. All for what? You want to be down? You want to be cool? Come on, come on. It wasn't worth it. And that's why what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to share my life experience to top these kids from picking up that brake, throwing at the prison wall for nothing. Um, T_Rivers. We'll take that offline. We can talk about that. Ask me that question next time we talk, man. You know, I don't like to even bring up negative people. Anytime people get on a platform and the only thing they do is talk negativity or using profanity, come on, man. The difference is you mean to tell me we all not better than that? That we all can't substitute a word besides using profanity? Come on. So anytime, like I say, anybody come on my platform, long they respectful and mindful, they welcome. If they come on here with any negative energy or any nonsense, I'll delete them, I'll block them, because that's not what this is all about. The difference right now is that people we can agree to disagree. We don't have to yell, we don't have to shout, we don't have to use profanity. We are far too intelligent to keep talking about nonsense. If the women are out of order, how can we get the children in order, especially when the black man is the least respected? We got to get them, we got to gain their respect all over again. We lost their respect. We got to gain their respect all over again. That's the difference. We got to take control and we got to admit what we messed up as far as men. The bottom line is no booklet how to be a good father, how to be a good brother, how to be a good husband, how to be a good leader. It's no booklet how to be a good mother, how to be a good wife, how to be a good sister. So the difference is sometimes we have to do it all over again. Why didn't you go to DC to chase the extra big leg? You know what? Like I say, a lot. I didn't have to go. I didn't have to go. I was set up where I was at, so I didn't have to go. A lot of people went because they was hot, or a lot of people went because they couldn't do it there, so they went other places to do it. Monica, right? Some people are always cursing, always yelling. The camera is too much, because right now they act like they feel drama cell. Whoa, how much time did you do and what facility did you do that? Rest in peace, Juno Wilson. Juno Wilson, E Money, get it in, man. That's my little brother. I dedicated my book to my mother and Juno Wilson. On right now is how much time I did. I did a total of 15 years from what Rikers Island, Elmira, Katsaki, Fishkill, Greenhaven, from MCC to Otisville to Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah, Juno Wilson. I dedicated my book to him. George Make Experience. Did you ever visit Philly during the 80s? No. I didn't visit Philly during the 80s. Right now is I don't know whether you can see it or not. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Dedication. I don't know whether you can see the dedication. E Money Get It In. Rest in peace, Juno Wilson. I dedicated this book to my late mother and my little brother, Juno Wilson, aka Sty, aka Ron Do, Killer Do. I dedicated this book to him. Listen, everybody. Hey, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Tune in next week for Cigar Chat Live with the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe. Hey, listen, check out the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, to get your signed copy. Hey, in the description box, you got the hoodie. Good day, good day, good day. Later for that. Crime doesn't pay. You know what? Like I told you right now, Wiz folks, show your love, show your support. Hey, thank you for joining me. Hey, peace, love, and prosperity. Tune in next week. And right now, let's make this a powerful channel. Take care, brother. Take care. Yes, yes, Killer Dog. Peace, love, and prosperity.